Hey everybody, welcome back to another Judgment commentary of Gakkougurashi, otherwise known as School Live. School Live? Same difference. But today we're going to be checking out episodes 5 through 8, and last time in episodes 1 through 4, we were introduced to this very unique little series, because you see, the concept is that it basically combines a school slice of life type thing with a zombie apocalypse. And so far, it has done so in a very painful way. Emotionally painful anyway. I mean, right out of the gate with episode 1, they started to set the stage so well because there were little hints about what was going on, because we were seeing it from the perspective of one of them who we later found out wasn't seeing things the way they really were. There were little hints there that things were not what they seemed, and I even noticed one of them and I just thought it looked weird, was that, you know, they had all those desks stacked up in the hallway. I was like, that's very bizarre. Why would you just have a bunch of desks stacked in the hallway? And then there was the broken windows. I was like, that's a weird detail to have. And then when it all comes together with her just standing in that classroom as we see it for what it really is, all covered in blood and everything's just totally trashed. That was a bone-chilling sight, especially because at the time, when we saw that, we still didn't have a full picture of what was happening. We knew that there was something horrible going on, but we didn't know it was zombies yet. At least I didn't. My first thought was, did she just go nuts and murder everybody? But nope, it was just that a zombie apocalypse hit as they were in school and they were the only survivors. And that's one thing I just have to point out right away about how they're executing this concept here, is that it doesn't just tackle the idea of them having to survive in this school, it's also tackling the psychological side of it, them trying to maintain their sanity, because that would obviously be insanely difficult, having to just try to survive in the middle of your school when you know everyone that you knew, all of your friends are all freaking dead. Not many people could maintain through that. And one of them, she kind of just snapped immediately, and she has a very loose grasp on reality, and it's tough to watch. Like, she's just coping with it by having this illusion that everything is perfectly fine, and she's just still hanging out with all of her friends and like nothing has changed. Even when being faced with the zombies, she interprets it as something different, maybe just a monster, or even that they're just still people sometimes. In just 4 episodes, we got a lot of different perspectives on this from all the different characters so far, and a lot of the struggles that they've been going with, you know, having to try to stick together with their friends, but then they had different opinions on what they should do. Should they just stay put and try to survive, or do they brave to go out there to try to see if there's any survivors? And when you got 2 people with those different opinions, it can cause conflict. Honestly, it gives you some Higurashi vibes with how the episodes usually begin in ways where they're still trying to keep up the idea that they're still happy-go-lucky and going about their school life, but then it snaps back into the reality of it and we see the true terror. The whiplash can be very distinct. Yeah, honestly, so far so good with those 4 episodes. It was a very, very interesting thing to get kind of like the best of both worlds here, you know, with it genuinely having elements of a school slice of life while also being about zombies, and the way it goes about that, of them just trying to keep themselves sane by keeping up the facade that everything is still normal while also, you know, maintaining everything they need to do to stay alive. It's a pretty good concept. So, I think that about sums it up, but if I recall, last we left off, they were going on a little bit of a field trip, so let's see how it goes. Yeah, these 4 episodes continued along perfectly with the themes and the tone that were set up in the first 4. I mean, yeah, the confirmation of Megumi, as she likes to call her, being dead was not too surprising, but at the same time, it did not take away how painful it was. Because there was doubt. there was doubt if she was just a figment of her imagination, even though they did do a good job setting it up as a potential. And they did, give you a few moments to make you question, maybe she's still around, because I remember distinctly thinking in the first 4 when I was checking it out that they were interacting with her a couple times beyond just Yuki, so I thought, I guess she really is just here, but that could have just been a result of it looking back to times where she was there, or even them just happening to play along just right. And the beginning of that last episode, where it had that quick glimpse at what looked like, there was a journal being left behind, clearly written by somebody who was turning into a zombie, and we got a quick shot of a zombie walking around in there. It looked like Megumi. So, did she somehow get away from that horde of zombies that was on top of her, and then just seal herself in that room, and then started writing a journal? Because she did say something about that when her, her ghost, or maybe it was just a hallucination of her, was talking to Yuki. She mentioned that one should write a diary. And it looked like she might have done just that. And she was writing things like, I'm so sorry, I'm hungry, your typical turning into a zombie type thoughts, but it really deeply unsettles me to no end. It is the creepiest stage of... It is, to me, one of the creepiest things to depict about becoming a zombie is just the losing yourself that can happen. Like, it's way scarier when they have like an in-between stage rather than just snap and you're gone. Like, if there's a part where you start to maintain who you are, but can feel the zombie hunger coming on, that's the most horrific idea. And as always, they do manage to perfectly, shift in between the happier moments where they are just trying to live their lives, and the darker ones when all the serious stuff sets in. You can switch through them like that, and one time, they did it so sneakily that I didn't even catch that they transitioned between them. That was masterful. But they left one thread to be able to tell that they swapped on you, and I noticed it, but I didn't think about it too much. It was when you saw Megumi just walk in, just seemingly out of nowhere, but I didn't catch that that was on purpose. I just thought it was a weird scene direction moment. And throughout the entire rest of the scene, I didn't notice that everything had shifted back to being an illusion, and the room looked nicer and everything. That was actually really subtly done. And I gotta give him props for doing that. And then right at the end, trying to mix a little bit of mystery element into this? I can respect that too. I'm not sure where they're gonna go with it. It does seem a little curious that, like, what were they just setting up this school as like a last resort, a backup? Like some kind of government agency was maybe aware of the fact that this biological weapon that created the zombies was about to be unleashed, so they set up this school to allow them to survive, basically. But well, it ain't gonna work. It failed. I mean, yeah, some of them are alive, but the human race will not pass on if they're the last hope. So that's a problem. Also, did I just happen to notice a sudden, 200% spike in, attempted fan servicey scenes in these episodes? Don't know what that was about. Like I said, it is supposed to be, fulfilling the school slice of life criteria simultaneously. And I know for a fact fan service type stuff is insanely common in that genre, so it had to be here, I suppose, but... And now we're gonna get a full-on beach episode next time. At least that's what it looked like, and that's what it sounds like. It's called, Vacation Day, so... Sounds a little beach episode. And if I may circle back for a little bit to the scene where they revealed that Megumi was a hallucination, they did make really effective use of sound design for that scene too. It freaked me out, just how they slowly had the music trail off and lower in pitch the way that they did. It really drove the point home. Like, they've done a good job of that sound design stuff so far, you know, when they really want to crank up the creepiness, because sound design is one of the most important tools in making something scary. It's extremely valuable. And when executed right, it can make something skeevy as heck. However, these 4 episodes were still really good. It cranked up the tragedy quite a bit. It was painful having to see what happened with Megumi, how she just had to lock herself behind that door. We don't know the full circumstances about what resulted in that occurring, but we do know what happened right after they took that picture. I guess, you know, a bunch of zombies started swarming them. She sealed herself in the room with them so that everyone else could get away, and I guess somehow, theoretically, she got away herself after getting bit, and then, well, yeah. And you know what? I'm looking at the I'm so hungry thing as being potentially, you know, like the zombie speak, but it could also be that she was starving, just having been locked in there so long. But then we did see the writing trailed off into gibberish and then just scribbles across the paper. Almost like even when she was full zombie, she still kept trying to write in the journal. And that's sad too. Well, actually it looks like next time, episodes 9 through 12 are the last ones, I think. Man, it feels weird. There's only 12 episodes. Is there like a season 2? I don't think there is. But they'd have to really delve into that mystery pretty fast. But I think they could do it. Nope, no season 2, just a weird spin-off crossover thing that they did as an ONA at one point, but it's been really well executed so far. It's a really fresh idea for this series, and they've done a really good job of it. And I can't wait to see how they wrap it all up with episodes 9 through 12. Or maybe there was more to the story that just wasn't adapted, but either way, next time is all there is. So for now, I think that's going to be it, guys. But thank you for watching. Make sure to leave a like and a comment if you enjoyed. Subscribe to be updated on more. That would be fantastic. Next time, episodes 9 through 12. The last of what there is of Gakkougurashi. I mentioned it in the Ghost Stories video I just recorded as well, that hopefully I'm going to try to just breeze through as many commissions as I can, because I've fallen way behind on them, but Monogatari is almost done, so once Monogatari is finished, I'll dedicate some time while we're figuring out the next series to just getting commissions out there. But as for this video, that's it. Sincerely hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope to catch you next time. But till then, I will see you guys later.